Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to start out with just a nice, comfortable little stroll through the garden. I know it's only been a week or so since I showed you some of that, but things change real quick lately. It seems like a week makes all the difference in the world. But anyway, we're going to walk around through the garden, take a quick look at some of that. But also in today's video, I'm going to be following up on some propagating I had been doing earlier that I've got back in the greenhouse, just to give you an update on some of that stuff and where we are with it. So hang in there. Here we go. Well, good morning. I'm out here walking through the garden. The okra is starting to fill in. I have yet to get one okra pod yet, but it's getting nice and big. It's about 18 inches. 2 inches tall, so it ought to start blooming. Tomatoes, I have yet to pick one red tomato, but we are getting some nice tomatoes on these. Just take a look at that. I want to sacrifice them and get me a big helping of southern fried green tomatoes, and I'm sure tempted to do that at this point in time. But just out walking and looking, thought I'd share with you. And then I get to my corn, and goodness, look at this thing. All of it just looking great. And walk down through here, you see I got ears coming. Everything's getting silks on them. So I'm just loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm just hoping with the rain and that I got enough nitrogen on here to get these things to plump up and fill up and get us some good cream corn. Here's a smaller ear, but you can kind of tell they're pretty good size, are going to be. And then I get down to this half. It's just now starting to tassel. So it's about a week or two behind the other. And you see Tex over there looking over everything. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you this morning. Alrighty, I hope you got enjoyed the beginning of this video. It was a stroll through the garden. And now we're going to move on to the other part of this thing, where some updates on some of the propagating I have been doing back here in the greenhouse area. I've got stuff sitting out here now that I've got where I've converted this old trailer to a workbench out here. But anyway, well, I've got some hydrangeas I propagated. I will give you an update on repotting those. That's what we're doing today, is repotting that, up potting, if you will, to get to a bigger size pots on some of the stuff that has germinated and has rooted. And this is an exciting part for me because I've never done this kind of thing other than breaking off a piece of flour and stick it in the dirt and wait months to see if it would take root or not. And if it didn't, I'd just, oh well, and let it go. But so this is new for me, doing it under control situation like I am. But I'm kind of excited about that, especially, and you'll hear it when I show you some of these plants I pull out to repot, and the root ball that's on the bottom of them just amazes me. I didn't know I could do that. So that'd be a lesson to you. There's things you can be doing, and you know, just because you might be my age and you might be retired and you don't have anything to do, find a garden, find a couple of seeds and throw them in a pot somewhere and see what happens, and see the attachment or the excitement grab a hold of you like it has me over the years. You'll get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Plus, it'll keep you physically active, and that can get just as active as you want to be. Gardening is not a lazy man's passion, so I'll give you that anyway. But listen, let's move into what I've got the rest of this video is about. We show you some of these rootings that we've upgraded on, and I'll be back to you shortly. These are my 4 hydrangea cuttings that I did. 2 of them look great. 2 of them are just finally started taking off. So I'm not going to repot those two, but the two biggest ones I'm going to put in these two bigger pots, half-gallon pots, and we're going to do that today. Right off, I'm very happy. I took the smallest one out, and look at the roots. Oh my goodness gracious. So that's looking really good. And what I'm going to do is just set that down in here, like so. And then I'll come back and fill these edges in with the topsoil and potting mix. Let me do that, then we'll do the next one. Oh yeah, here we go, pot number 2. Look at that. If you look back when I put these in the soil out there, I've never done this before in my life. I just went out and broke some leaves, stems off of my hydrangea, new growth. Stuck them down in the potting mix I had and kept them watered and kept them in the greenhouse for a little bit when the cool weather was still here. But here we go. Now I've got 2 pottings, and I'm going to set these around out here in the shade somewhere and let them get used to just being all natural and see what happens. So today I'm working on repotting up some Forsythia. I have 3 or so out of these 8 that we tried rooting that seem to have been doing okay. But look at this one right here. I just pulled this one out of the box here. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious, I love it. So I ought to have at least one Forsythia out of this thing. So I'm just putting that in a pot. I've already got about half full of native soil in there. And now I'm going to add to that the compost. Get this pot nice and firm. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay, now we're starting on the gardenias. Taking a look at these. They really all look pretty healthy. I pulled the first one out, and again, here's what I got. So we're going to do the same type thing. We're just going to stick that down in this pot and fill it back full of soil, and we'll continue on. Look at these. Here's we repotting, up potting day. Alrighty, after a day of up potting, or a couple hours here anyway, I've got just a couple of them out of each one of those that I think still, some were very questionable as to whether they would develop roots or not. But since the tops were green, I went ahead and repotted them. I've got 2 of the pink camellias. I've got 2 gardenias, 2 forsythias, and then over here, the outperforming all of them was the white camellias. I've got 5 of those that I think may be rooting or maybe doing something. So we'll keep following and see how they do. I've got them up potted. Now they're sitting out here in the weather, in the sun and the rain and the ice and the snow or whatever we get this year. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at today. Just a kind of a rainy day here, so I was able to work in the greenhouse to get a little bit done. So yes, I'm continuing my walk. The squash we've been picking, these first 5 here are already starting to play out. They're the oldest. I've got my smaller tomatoes coming right behind them. But you can see from this one row right here, I mean, the squash is just blooming. They're filling us up with just these 5 or 6 at a time. The plants as I rotated them out. But here's the tomatoes, and they're half of my tomatoes. They're coming along. These aromas down at this end starting to get ripe. And then on the other side of the trellis here are my purple hull peas. And they're going to get me excited too, because I love purple hull peas. And we'll be picking these probably next week, if not before. But I'm going to say next week. Well, all right. That kind of wraps it up for today. I've been busy with things, and little things, small things, and large things, and just stuff that keeps me busy and keeps me active. And I guess for an old man, that's pretty good, doing pretty good. But I appreciate you being with me today. If you don't subscribe to me, my name's Don. I'd love for you to just reach down there and hit that button and follow along with me. We got a lot of harvesting to do, a lot of other things going on the rest of the summer and getting into the fall. So stay with me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all take care.